And Cece Thorrington has a bat in hand here for Michigan. She will hit here, it seems, for Avery Fantucci, Michigan's shortstop, who's hitting 196. In limited time, Thorrington has been very good at the dish.
Yeah, I mean, 389 average, 7 hits, 16 runs, most of those in pinch running opportunities. Notched 1 home run in a midweek against Oakland. And why not, in a pitcher's duel, why not change it up a bit here? Give the freshman a pivotal chance right before the lineup turns over. And if she gets on, you have a speedster.
Bit of a change for Michigan in the last couple of weeks. This kind of pinch hitting opportunity for the 9-hitter, be it McVeigh or Fantucci, had been Ava Costales, who is still without a hit this season, but has some pop. But it'll be Thorrington, who has swung it well. You do lose your go-to pinch runner if you're Michigan late, but you have other options in Lexi Delamonica, Janella Lacqua, et cetera, Ella McVeigh even, that could come in and pinch run.
Could be, and I like the changeup. You never know. Throw Fisher off a little bit and give a new look against Fisher as well. Freshman battle still in a tie ball game, 0-0. A lot to play for. 2 more innings to go, at least 2 more guaranteed.
So C. Thorrington, the freshman from Pinckney, Michigan, will pinch hit. She's in the left-handed batter's box. Corner infielders brought in against her, and she takes strike 1 from Fisher. No score here in the Big Ten championship game, top of the 6th inning. 0-1 count on the pinch hitter Thorrington, and she takes one away for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Thorrington digs back in. Here's the 1-1, and it's a called strike on the inside half as Thorrington leaned away from the pitch. One ball and 2 strikes on the freshman. She shows bunt for timing's sake, pulls it back, 1-2. She leans away again. This time it's called a ball in. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Thorrington. Fisher is set on her right hip, and Roxon deals a 2-2. Thorrington reaches out and gets a piece of an outside pitch.
And lucky to get a piece of that one. Can't do much damage with that. Up and away with the rise ball. It stays alive, just able to get a piece of it.
Thorrington settles back in the left-handed batter's box. Here's the 2-2. She fights it off, and it is floated foul into the UCLA dugout, third base side. Still 2-2 here for Thorrington.
Freshman showing some good fight here against Fisher, who has looked dominant so far.
Fisher is set, flips a 2-2 home. Thorrington grounds up the middle. Bragg over there to cut it off and fire it to first. Shortstop had to take a pair of steps to her left to feel that she was playing in. Thorrington retired.
Again, the shift has seemed to work for perfection for the Bruins. 2 extra base hits off the board, and without that shift, Bragg wouldn't have gotten to that one in time. That would have been up the middle into center field.
Indiana Langford digs in. First pitch to her. She hits a line drive through the 6-hole. That is into left, and it's off the foot of Riley Slim. Langford takes a turn and slides safely into second. She is there with 1 gone here in the top of the 6th. Pumps her fist as she runs over to Faith Canfield to get a mitt to run. Langford aboard for Michigan.
And perfect table set for the heart of this order. Janisa Conway will lead off, but how about it for Indiana Langford? Works the slap hit to perfection, pokes it out to left field. An aggressive base running off the misplay by Slimpin left to advance now into scoring position.
First pitch strike delivered on the inside half to Conway from Addison Fisher. Langford in scoring position here, just the 2nd hit of this ball game for Michigan. Conway 0 for 2, ground out to short and a strikeout swinging. Here's the 0-1 pitch. She cuts on it, hits a high fly ball to center, and it's over the head of Jessica Clements. Langford will get the wave around third. She is home. Conway an RBI double. Michigan has the lead in the 6th inning. That will quench the thirst of a long, dehydrated Michigan offense. 1-0 here in the 6th.
And Alex, you couldn't have worded that any better, and Michigan's offense couldn't have put that any better. Indiana Langford sets the table perfectly with the slap hit, advanced into scoring position, and Conway with that big bat scores her from second. Was able to just get over the head of Clements, and the shift not able to work that time. Michigan finally on the board.
Lauren puts now with Conway at second. She cuts on the first pitch and rolls it foul. But interesting, you mentioned the defensive arrangement. Clements wasn't deep there, likely because Langford was at second. If she'd been playing at the wall, she's there to haul that in. Instead, it goes over her head, and that's the power of Langford getting herself aboard.
But she was still deeper relative to most outfielders anyway.
As puts grounds an 0-1 pitch back to the circle. Fisher fields it, tossed to first, 2 down. Conway moves up to third.
I thought she was still deeper than most outfielders are normally, but still a great piece of hitting, though. And now with the runner advances to third, that's not necessarily the worst-case scenario for the Wolverines in this spot. You have the cleanup hitter due up now, was hit by a pitch in the fourth.
Ella Stevenson now with 2 down, and Janisa Conway at third base. Addison Fisher takes a long look at her wristband and is set at her right side, now on her right leg, and deals to Stevenson, who fouls off a pitch toward her hands, toward Bonnie Thole, who fields it in the third base coaching box.
Fielded that one cleanly, too.
Stevenson steps out for a moment, takes a breath, now settles back in. Hands it around shoulder high as she awaits an 0-1. Fisher deals it and finds the zone inside half. 2 pitches in towards Stevenson, make it 0-2. Stevenson twirls the bat up, rests it on her shoulders. Fisher gets ready to go here. Here she comes. The 0-2 delivery is up and in. Stevenson checked her swing, appeal down to first. Christina Drum standing over there says she did not go. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Ella Stevenson. One-two pitch. Stevenson hits the ball up the middle. Bragg dives and snares it. Not going to be in time to first. Conway across. Infield knock for Stevenson. 2-0 Michigan here in the top of the 6th inning.
And not the cleanest hit off the bat as Stevenson. Bragg had to dive to get to that one, prevent it to go in the outfield. Didn't matter. Stevenson was able to gallop in time. Now two aboard for Michigan in the 6th. And with how both these pitchers have been rolling, you have to take any chance you have. In Michigan so far throughout this entire tournament have not only put runners on, but have capitalized. That has been a struggle for them mightily throughout this season. But they have come up in such a big way. They're heating up at the right time and taking a lead in the top of the 6th.
Let's go blue. Chance breakout here at Bittinger Stadium in West Lafayette. Michigan has taken a 2-0 lead here in the top of the 6th inning. It'll be a pitching change. Taylor Tinsley, the UCLA ace, will come in here and take the softball from Addison Fisher. 2 runs across on Fisher, a runner at first, and Ella Stevenson owed to her, and Tinsley will take over.
And look, I mean, for this UCLA pitching squad, it's a 3-headed monster with Fisher, Tinsley, and Terry. Fisher now handing the ball over to Tinsley, who is just phenomenal. 2.55 ERA, 12-4 record through 109 2/3 of work. And the strikeout to walk ratio is incredible. 140 to 16 walks, ranked 3rd nationally, and was rolling against IU through 7 full, allowed 7 hits, 4 earned, 1 strikeout as well. And just one of the 3-headed monsters for this pitching staff.
Bonnie Thole just gave Ella Stevenson a big hug on the first base bag. Stevenson mocked a swing, seemed to be saying to her that I got jammed, but enough on it up the middle for an infield single and an RBI. It's 2-0 Michigan. So Taylor Tinsley in there, as you said, 7 innings 2 days ago in a complete game, gave up 4. Big strikeout numbers for Taylor Tinsley. 3rd best strikeout to walk ratio in the country. She struck out 140 to 16 walks. Opponents are hitting 207 off her this season.
And just this this pitching staff is third nationally in strikeout to walks ratio. She leads that category for this squad, and with Fisher, only finally showing her humanity here, giving up 2 here. Why not hand it over to Tinsley? And you do have Terry. I don't know if they'll go to her unless things get really awry after throwing a shutout yesterday. Excuse me, not a shutout. A really good performance against Nebraska, only allowing 2 runs yesterday. Looked really good, though.
Taylor Tinsley will get loose here. Junior from Lawrenceville, Georgia. Last year was all Pac-12 first team. Had a 1.90 ERA. Year before that, she had a 1.88. And a change here as Alexis Ramirez, the designated player, will come in to catch with Taylor Tinsley instead of Mujica.
Interesting, a complete battery change here. Valamont will step in here. Had herself a good tournament with runners on. Capitalized yesterday. We'll see if she'll capitalize here to tack more on the board to make Drakowski's life in the circle coming up as this game begins to wane here. A little more comfortable.
2-0 Michigan here in the top of the 6th inning. Both runs have just come across. Now it's Lily Valamont. She'll be the first to see Taylor Tinsley with a runner on first and 2 gone. First pitch to Valamont. She rolls it foul, third base side to the UCLA dugout. Nice play by Bonnie Thole off the wall. 0-1 on Valamont. Strikeout and a ground out back to the circle today for Valamont. Here's the 0-1 from Tinsley. It's up and in. Appeal down to first. Valamont held up pretty clearly. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Good restraint there with the rise ball. That's what Tinsley does so well.
Tinsley sets third base side. Works from her right hip and deals a 1-1. And it's a strike to the glove of Ramirez, who is a southpaw behind the dish.
Don't see that very often.
One ball and 2 strikes on Valamont. Here's the pitch from Tinsley. Valamont fights it off, pulls it foul on the ground. And it's particularly interesting for Ramirez. She bats right and throws left. You usually see the opposite of that, if anything. Not a lot of lefties who choose to bat right-handed, but that's what Alexis Ramirez does. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Lily Valamont. Runner at first is Ella Stevenson. 2 gone, top of the 6th inning. Tinsley rocks and fires. Valamont scratches it back into the net behind home plate. Still 1-2.
Good job to stay alive here. Tinsley's throwing a lot at Valamont here. Fresh into the circle, fresh arm for the Bruins. Throwing a lot, but good job for Valamont to stay alive.
Outfield very deep on Valamont. Runner at first and Stevenson. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2-0 Michigan, top of the 6th inning. Tinsley is set and fires. Valamont gets a pitch up and in, pulls it down the third base line. It will land foul. Riley Slimp not able to run it down.
Good connection for Valamont, just a tad early. Sounded like a good barrel from up here.
Still 1 ball, 2 strikes on Lily Valamont. And a runner at first in Ella Stevenson. Tinsley is set. She hurls an off-speed pitch that missed the zone. Close pitch toward the outside edge. 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Lily Valamont. Tinsley tosses the 2-2. Valamont bloops this third base side, and it is foul over the head of the third baseman, Jordan Woolery.
Gee, and I should have kept counting how many pitches there would be in this at-bat. Valamont staying alive, working Tinsley deep through just this first at-bat from her in this game.
Still 2-2, 2 gone, runner at first, 2-0 Michigan, top of the 6th inning. Big Ten championship on the line here. 2-2 from Tinsley is well up and away. 3-2 Valamont, a battle up there. She taps her purple barrel on home plate 1 time, twirls it up above behind her helmet. Here's the payoff from Tinsley. Valamon hits a line drive, but right at Kanaya Bragg, the shortstop, who squares it up and into her glove. Michigan plates 2 in the 6th. And we will head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Michigan up 2-0.